Welcome to the first episode of First Girl Podcast.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
We didn't do any disclaimers in the last one.
Disclaimer.
Oh no, you did the accent thing.
Yeah,
didn't
disclaimer. We're going to switch from different accents. So like from whatever you hear, basically, it is what it is. Because that's how we actually speak in person. We speak in different accents. Mine is mainly Nigerian and British. Jennifer, what's yours?
I have many.
She has a lot.
Yeah.
So if you hear that, then just understand that
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah.
Also, I do want to say disclaimer. I was thinking about this, right? Obviously, me and Favour are, lovers. We're in each other's lives.
Lovers. Lovers. Guys, don't listen to that. We're just friends.
And I've realised if we are going to be talking about experience, we
Personal.
might say some people's names.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, anyway,
people's names.
Not like bait them out, but like for example, like we obviously share friends, so we might.
Oh, mutual friends. Yeah, of course. But who else?
No. But
if we're gonna use anyone else, we have to actually use like a fake name. You can't use people's real names.
And if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. If it's a size 6, accept it. Put it in your foot and take it and leave it and run.
Okay. We haven't even started and she's really bringing a lot of
so
energy.
Yes, so like we said in the introductory episode, we are firstborn daughters in an African household. Now, something that I realised, although me and Favour both share... Oh wait, how many siblings do you have, Favour?
I have 3 siblings.
So do I.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you doing it?
You're so annoying, of course.
You actually do. Yeah, it's true.
But I have 3 little brothers.
And I have 2 little brothers and a little sister, but they're not so little. They're quite big, and they even look older than me. If you see all of us in person, you would think I'm the youngest person. Because first of all, I'm the shortest one. Secondly, I just look small in comparison to them. But in reality, I'm actually I'm a tall girl.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, your eyes. Anyways, I feel like I'm a tall girl, but when I'm with my siblings, I just feel really short. Like they're all quite tall and big. Like, but anyways, I've got.
What went wrong, Favour, with you?
What went wrong? Yeah, God wanted me to be small and petite.
Like, anyway.
Actually, I'm not petite.
You're not petite.
I don't know what am I?
You just Favour, bro.
I'm not small petite. I'm just like a normal average height person. Yeah.
I have 3 literal little brothers, 12, 10 and 4. I am the mother to all of them.
Yeah, I can't relate to that.
I'm not even to even my parents. I'm the mother to my parents. That's my firstborn my firstborn daughter experience. I'm a mother to all of them.
Oh, that's what you're trying to say. How would I describe mine? I'll just say I'm more like... Actually, I'm a mother as well, but in a different way. You was more hands-on, like in terms of like actually like taking care of them, giving them, feeding them, like, clothing them. That wasn't me. But when I was younger, like a lot younger, like I would say when I was probably like 12, I was saying actually 14, and 14 and below, I was like the mom, like I was taking care of my brothers, like actually feeding them, and giving them, like just being the actual mom. But now I'm more like the cool mom.
Right, okay.
Let me explain what I mean by that. Like, they come to me for advice and they actually take my advice. Like, I could say some I'm very, very conscious of what I'm saying, because I know if I say that, they would actually do it.
Yeah.
Because if I could say friends, but sometimes you advise your friends and they don't listen to you. But I know when my mom tells me something, I'm more going to listen to, even if I might like my struggle, I'm like, oh, I don't agree with it. I would more likely listen to my friend than my mom. So I've noticed my siblings, they actually listen to me. Like, they take my advice, and it's scary. It's actually scary. So I'm more like the cool mom now. Like, I give them advice. I'm always there to like support them with anything they need to talk about, life. But yeah, that's my role now. That's what I think.
If I was an actual mom, you know those mom that you see, they drop their kids off to school and she hasn't had a shower. She's in a tracksuit. Her hair's a mess. She's stressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the equivalence to how I am with my family. Does that make sense?
So wait, what? I don't understand.
I mean, I do shower. I'm not saying I don't shower.
I was gonna say
I do shower every day. No, but like, because it's like they come to me for everything. Like, everything. It's like, Jen, where's the toothpaste? The other day, my dad asked me to. Oh my god, this. So we're both in the kitchen. We are both grown, abled, capable adults. Okay, I don't know what I was doing in the kitchen, but I was busy. Okay, my dad is heating something up in the oven. He's literally right in front of the oven. Jen, can you open the oven for me, please? Sir, excuse me.
Of course. What do you think we're there for? What do you actually think we're there to be? The slaves. Slaves. That's what we're there for.
Forbid it.
We're there for slaves.
Slavery ended in 1870.
No, literally anything that they need, we have to be there. When the slavery
I don't know. My family just come to me for every single thing, like to the point where I literally not force myself, but I make myself wake up earlier than everyone in the morning so I can have a moment of peace. I don't need to.
Oh my goodness.
Because I start work at like 10, you know, like I don't need to wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. But it's like because it's like the moment that my dad's up, then it's like my brothers, then Jaden, and then it's my mom, and then from then on it's just bam, 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 bam. And then my mum's in bed until 5 minutes before. Let me not expose my mum. She's a lovely lady.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like when I say I am a mother, it's just...
See, that's so different from me. Like I'm not like, are you waking me at 5:30 for what?
No, I mean these days I've bumped up to 6 because I go to work and I'm like.
So what do you, when you wake up early, what do you do?
I get ready. I just have time to just get ready without someone just being like, Jen.
Oh, so you're doing it because you want to get ready without being interrupted?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I need like.
So
time.
do you? So when I'm trying to, I don't know how to word this question. So when they interrupt you, what exactly, apart from feeding them, like what else do you do that's like?
To be honest, like with the 10-year-old and the 12, like they're pretty much independent. Like they can get on with stuff themselves. It's mainly Jaden, like the last one. Like he sleeps in the same bed as me.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It's so bad to the point where I sleep, because obviously we're different bodies, where I sleep is like,
oh no, it's slanted. No,
but actually, to be honest, it's not my fault, because there was a time when my auntie was staying with us, and when she was staying with us, she was pregnant.
So you're trying to blame your auntie?
Bro,
wow, this is something about Genevieve. She's gonna try to find anyone else to blame apart from herself.
No, bro,
take accountability.
A grown-ass woman with a baby inside of her, of course.
Genevieve,
my bed is gonna
it's your bed.
Anyway,
it's your bed. Just what happened? It's your bed. So nah, guys, I can't relate. That's not my reality at all. Yeah, I can't relate at all. That's so far from my reality. Like, wake up early to do what? I'm sleeping. I sleep so much to the point my mom has to come and check.
Are you still sleeping?
She comes to the room and just look at me. And she just tap me. Are you right? I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. Because I'm not trying to stress myself. One thing about me is I like to live a stress-free life, and absolutely nothing is going to take my joy and peace. Not a child. Did I give birth to that child? Until I give birth.
Oh, okay, let's go. Disclaimer.
But now that I'm still single, young, I should be living my life. I'm not taking care of no child. That doesn't make any sense. That's a whole lifetime. Do you know what? Taking care of kids, yeah, it doesn't end, you know. It doesn't end. Because once you brought that child to this world, that's it, forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, until they die.
That's a bit hard. That's a bit. You have to go that far. But it's like if sometimes I ask my mom, she's always saying to me, like, even though we're grown now, they still have that element of worry. Yeah. Like, regardless of even when I moved to uni, there's always that element of what's she doing? Is she okay? Is everything like, just always constantly just checking to see if they're okay? And I'm not trying to live that life now. No way.
Listen, my parents don't even check to see if I'm okay. They check to see if whatever I've done is beneficial to them. Is my house clean? Can you make sure that this is cooked? I'm like, bro,
damn, your parents. I'm telling me.
You know what it is though, yeah? Like growing up, I couldn't say no to people.
Yeah, 100%. That's true.
And like, I feel like obviously they got so even though deep down I was like, oh my god, I don't want to do this, leave me alone. I found it very, very hard to say no to them, and I think they got so used to that and they took advantage of it. Now when I say no, they don't take me seriously,
because they're like, wait, what? No, nah. What's that? Is that English?
My mom, like yesterday, yeah, she was like, "Oh, Jen, can you fry sweet potatoes?" I said, "Mom, it's 9:30. Why am I going to be frying sweet potatoes?" She's like, "After that, what's it called in English? Basically, there's a meat called taba. I think it's goat."
Okay, I don't know what that is, but yeah.
It's some kind of meat. She's like, "Oh, can you take that out for me and fry sweet potatoes and then do this?" I kept saying, no. She kept carrying on. In the end, I made a toast.
Oh, damn. That's a very big jump.
A toast.
That's not even...
With tea.
It's not even close.
Tea.
It's not even...
I was like, take it or leave it, bro. Take it or leave it. But yeah,
it's true. I agree. Genevieve she struggled to say no. That's true. That's 100% true. Like, I wouldn't say you was a pushover. I would say you was, to an extent, you was a pushover. To an extent. Do you know why I say that? Because you had your moments where you're like, no, I'm not doing this. You had your it wasn't often, but you had those, like, you wasn't always saying yes.
Yeah.
There was sometimes Jennifer would be like, no.
Wait, when did I do that?
I know you've done it before to me. I'll give you an example. When we stopped talking, when we was younger.
Wait.
Jennifer would come to me and be like, I'm sorry. Jennifer did not even come anywhere close to me. I was like, damn. Is it Genevieve? Genevieve she was like, you know what? I'm not having this anymore. if you're not gonna speak to me, I'm not speaking to you too.
That's true. I remember in sixth form. Oh,
not sixth form. It wasn't sixth form. Where are you going? It's not sixth form.
No, but I remember sixth form. There was a time when I was acting, a little bit mad,
Oh, that wasn't towards me though. That was just you acting crazy in your own.
No, but you did stop talking to me, and I remember there was a point where I was just like, that's her business. I don't care.
Oh no, that's fine. No, you still came and spoke to me in sixth form. That's not the story.
I forced it, but after that I forgot.
Oh no, I didn't. That's not. I remember the one I'm talking about because we used to walk home together. Yeah. And the fact that you didn't even, because usually Jennifer would come to you. She would come up to me and be like, "Hi, are we going home?" Like she would make the first move. So I just thought, she's gonna come back to me. Genevieve was not budging. I had to write an apology note and come and be like, Genevieve.
Oh no,
Genevieve, please, pardon me, please, on behalf of me and my family, please. No, but honestly, she wasn't budging. She wasn't budging at all.
I remember that.
That was not.
I think you got to come and give it. I remember.
I got who?
I'm gonna bleep it out.
Oh my days, yeah, I remember.
Because I remember no, you gave it to me, but you had her come to me and give it to me.
Oh, is that what happened?
No, but wait, no, you basically used her for that emotional support in it. Because I remember you two coming to me and you gave me the note and you walked away.
What's your emotional support? I had friends.
Yeah, but to give me a note saying I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me.
I didn't say I love you.
It was basically that.
I didn't say that. But anyways,
yeah.
But Genevieve she's had, like, jokes aside, she's had moments. I've seen. I just can't remember exactly. But I know when I see it, I'm a bit like, whoa, because I'm taken back because I know you're not like that. Yeah. So when I do see it, I'm thinking, whoa, what's happening? So she had moments, but it wasn't very, very often. Yeah. So it was more like the pushover side of her was overtaking the side that you would stand firm. Yeah. On your decision or whatever you choose to do. So you was leaning more on the pushover side, where you would just say yes to people all the time, like literally anything. Yes, like yeah, it was bad. So I get why I can see why your parents would almost take advantage of that, which is not a good thing. Yeah. Like, they're basically feeding onto the fact that you're not going to say no to them, and that's terrible. That's trauma. That's terrible, because what? Yeah. If my child's always saying yes to me, I'll be a bit worried. Like, I'll be like, wait, hold on, why are you always saying yes? Is everything okay? Yeah. That's weird.
That's weird. Oh, what meme is that?
I don't know.
That's weird.
That's weird. I don't know, but I've heard
that's
it before.
A meme, yeah.
I've heard it before,
but yeah, I'm basically in the past, since I've gone to uni though, I've definitely become a lot more no.
Firm.
Yeah. Definitely.
100%. Definitely, I agree. It's still not there.
Nah, I feel that. Did you not hear me? I said, if you want to know how to stand up to your father, come to me.
Oh, okay.
I will.
Okay. Wow. But for this podcast, what we really want to focus on was the different ways and approach our parents, how they sort of raised us. Yeah. So basically, Genevieve, she's more of like, I would say strict. strict, not strict.
I don't know. There was, I think,
restricted.
Yeah, there was an element of protective.
Yeah.
Yes, like I was very much in my mum's bubble. Like she did not want me to leave that bubble. If I had a little peek of the outside, she was like, no, come back inside. Yeah. So I feel like just the fact that I was just very easy to kind of just be like, oh yes, and then my mum. The thing is, I don't know why though. I mean, I do know why, but it's like, because I remember there was a time my auntie said to her, like, everything that you have done, your daughter, like every quote unquote bad thing that you have done, your daughter has never done. So I don't understand why you are so, like, you just want to,
I think
like,
there's an element of fear.
her.
She was just she was fearful of what could happen, which is so different from, like, for me, my parents, they didn't really like not protect me, but they protected me, but I wasn't sheltered in, like, I could do anything I wanted to do. And I feel like that helped me so much, because when I went to university, I wasn't excited to just do stuff, because I'm like, if I wanted to do this at home, I could have done this.
What, like cocaine?
Cocaine? Am I crazy? That's illegal.
No, it's not.
Cocaine is illegal.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, but in terms of, like, I remember those times where we would have parties in school, and then I would try and beg Genevieve's mom to let Genevieve to come to the party with me, and Genevieve's mom would be like, "Who is the person's name? Who are we going to see? How long are you going to be there for?" And in my head, I'd be thinking, yo, I'm there. My mom let me go there. Clearly, it's not that bad.
That should be enough.
Like, it's not that bad if my mom let me go. Like, and my mom is obviously a Christian, so it's like she's not gonna let me do something that's stupid. Like, she knew where I was going. Like, Genevieve's mom was so different. Like, my mom would always obviously she would know who I'm going. Like, typical things, you tell your parents where you're going, who they are. That's standard. But Genevieve's mom was, the way she said it was a bit different. It wasn't just, who are you going? It's like, how long are you gonna be there for? So what's the area? This just different. And I would just be like, whoa. So, like, we were like, with me, I could do what I wanted to do. But the good thing was, me and my mom especially, we had an open communication in terms of, like, I would tell her stuff, so there wasn't anything hidden. So I feel like sometimes when people are too strict, it makes you want to it makes you want to just step out, just do stuff more. Like, if you're saying to a child, don't touch that constantly, and you're not explaining why they shouldn't touch it, or feedback, and you're not explaining why they shouldn't touch that thing or not do it, they would want to do it to find out. But the difference is, if you're going to say to a child, don't do this, tell them why they're not doing it, and leave it. Don't come back and keep repeating the same thing, because you're almost highlighting that thing, and it's making it more interesting and more fascinating. Like, the more you emphasize on something that's so bad, in quote, it makes it more, like, more enticing, more fascinating. Like, I want to find out what that is. Like, with kids, just obviously don't just let them be, but just speak to them, explain why. Try that method first. I feel like that's, for me personally, I would personally use my mom's method of raising kids. I would actually use it, because I feel like it worked perfectly for me and my siblings. Like, for now, like, we're not perfect, but I see the difference with how me and my brothers communicate, and my sister communicate, because it's not just by coincidence. Like, it's not coincidental that we all understand how to. We know that there's a balance. Yeah. No, we're not out there doing the most. Like, we could have easily, especially when I went to uni, I could have easily been doing the absolute most. Yeah. But when I went to uni, first of all, I'm a Christian, so I was a bit restricted. But that doesn't stop anyone. People are Christians and still doing everything.
The absolute madness.
So it wasn't even nice. Just, and the freedom of having your own house. What? I could have done the most. But I just thought, I don't care. Like, no one stopped me from doing this before, so I didn't feel excited to do anything. But I remember like, a lot of my friends at uni, they were doing so much, because they knew that as soon as they went back home, they couldn't do half of the things they were doing. So it was almost like, this is my chance to just live and do exactly what I want. And some of them were just doing the most. Like, they were just doing too much, because they imagine, you've never experienced this type of freedom. Yeah. Now you have it. You don't actually know when to stop, like, when to be like, okay, that's the limit. You don't know the limit, because you're like, oh, like, I'm what? Go out till 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm doing that every day. What? I'm gonna go to every single club. I'm gonna go to everyone's, like, there needs to be a limit. So I feel like being strict here doesn't work. I would never recommend anyone to be strict. I would recommend communication and respect, but strict doesn't work, which is why I have a lot to say, man. This is why pastor kids, we know about pastor's kids.
Absolute worst.
Pastor's kids.
Bro, there's this one. He's passed away. unfortunately.
Oh, you can't use that example. That's bad.
No, yeah. No, but like his one, like every single child.
Yeah. At uni, yeah. The amount of people that told me, yeah.
Not even at uni.
What?
The daughter, she used to go to our school, innit? But when we were in year 7, she was like in year 11.
Oh, okay.
Teenage pregnancy. You're a pastor's daughter and you're doing teenage pregnancy.
Yeah. No. One thing I realised at uni was a lot of people that were doing too much were pastors' kids.
Hey, my God.
And it's scary because you're like, but then I understood it because when you start noticing a pattern of being restricted, being caged,
and there's a kind of expectation.
Exactly.
Hey.
So it's like now it's my time to just be loose and do
There's
whatever.
nobody here that goes to my church, so
no one here knows me until they tell you they're pastor's kids. You're like,
wow,
oh, you're pastor's child. But yeah, guys, that's why. So I feel like about our experiences of being a firstborn is slightly different, but still similar in the sense of like we feel that sense of responsibility on taking care of our siblings.
Yeah.
But how we've lived our lives is different because of how our parents have raised us.
Yeah.
Like her mom was a bit more strict. My mom wasn't strict at all. But
the thing is though, right? Despite the fact that my mom was strict, like I feel like you know how you were talking about how if you haven't been given the opportunity to do so, when it finally happens, you do it. I never wanted to do that. Like my parents, well, not my parents, but my mum very rarely allowed me to go to parties. She didn't let me, like, you know, the only reason why I stayed at St. Paul's sixth form was because it was just girls. Like, but the thing is, even when I went to uni, I didn't want to do it. Like, there wasn't something in me that was like, you know what? Oh my God, there's a, because we used to live like in a student village. Oh my God, there's a party over there. Let's go. Or oh my God, this boy, let me snap. Like, there was nothing. I just didn't want to do it. So I think I'm a bit different. I think it's just in me as a person that it's like, despite no matter how my mum raised me, I'm still very like.
I feel like you're the, what do you call it? You're the exceptions. You're not the typical go wild child, because you actually was normal. That you've always been normal, and also your personality wasn't that. Your personality was just you're comfortable with people you're comfortable with. You was never that person. I just feel like your mom was just scared. Like she was transferring fear to you. Like she expected you to be a certain way, but you was never that way. So she was training a child that was never that way. I was never going to go there. You was never going to be that child. You was yourself. Like you was calm. You was never going to be that child that's going to go wild and crazy. Yeah. So your mom was sheltering you for no reason, literally, because you wasn't going to do anything. But which is what makes it even worse, because like it would make sense if the child that you're trying to protect is actually wants to do those things. She doesn't want to do them, and now you're stopping her from not doing something she didn't even want to do in the first place. Like,
Genevieve, don't. I was gonna say don't smoke. And Genevieve, don't have a boyfriend. I don't want a relationship. Like, honestly, Mom, don't worry about it. I'm fine sitting in my room and doing nothing. Like,
I always think, if your mom tried a different approach, like, do you feel like that would have made your relationship a bit stronger if your mom was less strict?
You know what? I don't know. You know, I feel like we've always had. I feel like we've always had a strong relationship, because I feel like from birth it's always been me and her. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I don't know. I don't know. You know, I actually don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously it's always been you and her. But are you open to your mom? Does your mom know anything about people you talk to, like boys, wise? Does she know about your friends?
Yeah.
And your friends' stories about their lives and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to. I don't. Then there's nothing.
Yeah. There's nothing we can say about mine and my mum's relationship.
Yeah, that's all right.
What it is,
that's fine.
Yeah, but it was just very unnecessary. It was just and like I said, like we said at the start, like my parents took massive advantage of it just because they knew that. They could look at me in the eye and they said, "This girl, she's not gonna."
But to be fair, I feel like I've been giving Genevieve a lot of praises. She had her moments when she wanted to go off the rail.
What did I do?
Genevieve, we know what you did.
What did I do?
We all know. I
didn't get pregnant.
No, not that. That's not the only thing. What is that? The only thing?
What did I do?
Genevieve, you know what you've done.
If I knew what I did, I would not be asking you.
All I'm saying is, don't be too strict on your kids. It doesn't work.
Listen, if I knew what this girl was talking about, what did I do?
Yeah.
No, can you just say I don't care?
You don't care?
Yeah, see.
Who's gonna listen to the podcast? Are you sure?
No, I'm actually. My parents want. Listen, I'm so confused.
Okay, she's had a few moments with the green plant.
Oh, favor.
The what? What? Don't listen to her. She's trying to pretend like she's
not her saying the green plant.
Jennifer is not that person. So for her to do this, that's a different side.
What a different side?
That's a different side to
me,
you.
100%.
That's you.
Nobody coerced me.
Okay.
Nobody forced me.
Anyways.
I said, oh my God, an opportunity. To be honest, I did do it when I was like 23. So
really?
It took me a long time to finally be comfortable.
Anyways, I don't know. I just feel like your mom didn't need to do half of what she did.
It was too much.
Half of what she did because you was never that child.
No.
You was never that person to even want to do those stuff anyway.
And the thing is, like growing up, whenever my mom would take me places, like you're doing now, people would sing my praise. Oh my God, you have such a good daughter. She's so quiet. She's so helpful. She loves kids. Da, da, da. And it's like this woman still. I don't know what she was. I don't know what she was trying to protect me from, but.
Do you think maybe her friends, like, because sometimes when you hear different people's like stories about, oh, my child has done this, my child has done that potentially influence how you like treat your own child?
I just think with my mom, she just didn't want me to make the same quote unquote mistakes that she did.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah.
Do you want
to tell them the mistake that your mom, the mistake in quote that her mom believes that
she birthed me?
At what age?
16, 17.
That's not even that bad.
No, it's not bad. But for my grandma, if we think about like how it was back then and how like the thing is, my grandma was really strict. Like I remember my mom. There's so many stories of this woman. The only difference is I didn't get caught, as my mom did. That's literally the only difference. Like my mom, like I think she snuck out. I think she came back drunk or something. My grandma literally cut her hair. She cut all her clothes apart from like her pajamas and her school uniform.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy, man. Every time you tell me the story, I always try to like. It still doesn't get better. Like I just don't understand.
And even now, when you speak to my grandma, you wouldn't even like when you look at her.
She looks innocent. Yeah.
How did you do that? But yeah, like I don't know if it's because of her trauma. She was just trying to like cuddle me. But yeah, the only
100% is. There's not an explanation. I think that makes more sense. Like she went through, because I've heard a lot of stories of people that come from like maybe single parents household, or they were birthed out of like a teenage pregnancy.
Yeah,
like their parents tend to be a little bit more strict because they're just fearful of you. They don't want you to repeat the same mistake in quote, because I don't feel like giving birth to a child is a mistake. To me, that I don't think any child is a mistake. It's actually impossible for a child to be a mistake, because God can stop that child. No, but it's true.
Yeah,
God can stop that child from coming. If that child's not meant to be here,
it won't come.
It won't come.
Yeah.
So obviously the methods can be questionable, but no child is actually a mistake. Like every single, so it's not a mistake. But obviously in the environment she was in, like where she was in, it was like, whoa, how can you give birth at that age and stuff, which I understand.
I was about to be a bit too open. See, this is the difference between me and Favour. I am very, very open. I have no filter.
Say what you want to say.
It happened on the first time.
First time what?
The first time I was conceived.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
That's what, and I mean, there's a whole story. Basically, my dad was quite a popular footballer in Congo, and you know how these men are. They get a taste of fame. I think he got signed by some a country like in the Middle East or something.
Oh wow.
They get a taste of fame, money, women, da 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 da. There was all this drama. First time I was conceived, and I think just because of how it happened and what it led to and everything, like my mum's just like, please Genevieve, don't have sex before marriage.
That's crazy. First time
Mad. Well, from what I know, first time. But so
I feel like what your grandma did to your mum was even worse, because your grandma was strict to your mum, and your mum just wanted to taste it. She wanted to experience what she was getting told not to do. It's human psychology. If you tell someone not to do so, if you put a red button and say don't touch this, don't touch this, don't touch this, that's all that's going to be in your mind, and you'd want to touch it because you're thinking, whoa, this thing that you don't want me to touch, what is it? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Like, I want to touch it now. But if you put that red button and you just walk away, you're like, oh, that button is it's a bit dangerous.
You see that button over there? Just what button? That button.
Like, basically, when you highlight something so much and put too much emphasis on it, negative or positive, it would just leave a lasting.
Come true, Professor.
Let me finish. Just go here. It just creates a thing in your mind where it's almost like it becomes permanent. Like it becomes a bigger thing than it is. I'll give you an example. With food, yeah. I love food, yeah. No, I actually love food. But I could go a whole day and not eat if I'm not hungry. Because I'm the type of person I eat when I'm hungry. If I'm not hungry, that's it, I'm not going to eat. But tell me to fast, yeah, in church. When I say fast, as soon as I open my eyes, all I'm thinking about is food.
Nah, favour.
Nah, all I'm thinking is food. Breathe, food. Sit down, food. Walk, food. Everything. I think to myself, I'm not normally this hungry. It's because in my head I've been told not to eat.
Yeah, your focus is doing the opposite of.
That's it. You're focusing. Now you're focusing on that one thing because they've made it a big deal. Like that thing, don't do it. When you put too much focus on something, which is what I feel like your mom's grandma did, and your mom tried to do, but you just happen to just turn out to be okay. genuinely, you could have gone. Yeah. You could have gone left.
Definitely.
You could have gone left because half of the things your mom did, yeah. On a normal child, because you're not normal.
You call me normal, then you say I'm not normal.
On a normal child, it would have a really, really, really like negative effect on them. Yeah, and just by God's grace that you happen to be the way you are. Is that I don't feel like it's just I think obviously it's an element of your personality, but I still feel like some element of God is there because it wasn't just all natural. Because personality or no personality, quiet people do it a lot. Hey, quiet people, what? You think you're not even quiet, but I mean, do you know what I mean? Like people that are more on the quieter side, they do a lot. Like don't be shocked.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. People do a lot. So yeah. We're different but similar. We're similar. How are we similar actually?
I don't know.
We're similar in terms of we have similar experiences with being like do you know what? Oh, being the first daughter. Yeah. Do you feel like that comes with like an actual? You feel responsible. Yeah. Like something that I've noticed for me. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know about you.
I'll let you know in a second.
But with me, I feel like I just can't just do anything because I have eyes that are watching me. Like they pick up on every single thing to the point where I realize a certain food that I don't like to eat and I've noticed my siblings don't eat them because I've said I don't like eating it. So, and it's just weird. Like even my little sister now she's doing makeup now. My eyeliner is missing. Hey, my eyeliner is missing. I couldn't believe. Not my eyeshadow was missing. My brushes were missing. I was thinking, there's nobody else. Yeah. My mom doesn't wear makeup. And imagine this is the times when I didn't know my sister was wearing makeup. Like I didn't, because I don't see, she doesn't wear makeup. So she was like the last person in my head that I would have been like, oh my God, it's Ruby. Her name is Ruby, by the way. Ruby. She was the last person in my head for me to think, oh, Ruby's wearing makeup. But it's the fact that she wanted to copy everything that even to the point, I started noticing little things like my face wash. She could get any face wash. No, hear it. Any face wash. Ruby gets the exact same type of face wash as me to confuse me. Yeah. Because now I'm confused. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm thinking, wait, huh? How did what? Because I put all my stuff in a bag. I'm thinking, how did it appear in the bathroom? Like, I would never do this. I would never leave my stuff lying in the bathroom because am I crazy? There's people in my house that will use everything. My dad will use it. My sister, like, they don't even know what it is, but they use it. So I put all my stuff in a little bag. I just started noticing a lot of stuff was just appearing twice. And I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? And it was all my little sister. She was copying everything to the point she was copying my products I was using. And let's get deeper. Wait. Even personality. Wait. Let me tell you about personality.
Let's go.
But literally, like there was a time in my life. I'm getting better now. Oh. Where when someone annoys me, I'll just go quiet. I'll never speak to them again. Silent treatment.
I do that. It's so bad.
Silent treatment. I wouldn't speak to them again. I'll just be like, here's what it is. I'm never going to speak to you again. That's it. And it could last for ages, and it's so bad. It's so bad, like to the point where you're burning. Like I'm angry. Like I want to ask you something, but I'm like, I'm never going to speak to you again. Like the pride, and I'll hold into that for so long because I'm like, I'm never going to speak to you again. What, you upset me? You deserve to feel
wow. Okay.
You deserve to feel ignored.
Yeah.
And then, basically, I've been doing this method with my sister. Every time she annoys me, because I don't want to hit her. I don't want to physically like do anything to her, because she's not a small person. She's big. It's not because I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Are you sure?
I'm not scared. But just out of respect, I don't want to put my hands on her.
Yeah.
But it's not how you know how siblings go, man. Like they can annoy you. Like they can really push your buttons. And there's moments where she would get me so vexed, so angry. Like, I'll be so annoyed. What I'll do, I'll just ignore her for days. Like, I won't speak to her, and she'll come to me like favor, and I'll ignore her. She'll come and speak to me, I'll ignore her. Ooh, I tried it again one final time. My sister didn't speak to me for almost 2 years.
What?
I'm not joking.
2 years?
To the point I had to try and beg Ruby. Ruby, talk. Ruby. My sister's not speaking to me. I said,
wait, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just stopped speaking to her.
Oh, you stopped speaking to her?
Yeah, and she just carried it. But the issue is that it wasn't 2 years. It was like I know it was a whole year. It was during the lockdown period when everyone's going to be everyone's going to be cuckoo. But my point is, she just dragged it out. And dragged it out to the point where she dragged it out to affect other people. So imagine, I'm the one she should be annoyed at, because clearly it's between me and her. Yeah. Now the whole family's getting affected by this situation. But the what I'm trying to emphasize on is the fact she's picked up on that personality of a silent treatment. That, I know Ruby's not like that. She's not. She's not the type of person at all. She's completely different. Yeah. But she's picked that up. She's thinking, yo, that works. When you give people silent treatment, it does work, but it's an evil method. Like, it's not a nice method to use. No, it's not. It works, but it's just not nice. It's very evil. Like, imagine someone speaking to you, making them feel like they're so irrelevant that you're not even acknowledging their existence.
Yeah, because if you try to put yourself in that person's shoes, it's like 1 minute you're fine, the next is like,
hello. So she picked up on that, and it's like, oh my god. So now I had to unlearn. Like, I literally had to train myself to be like, no matter how angry I'm getting, I am not going to use the silent treatment. I'll shout at you in that moment, like, ah! And then I'll force myself to forgive. Yeah. Like, genuinely, I tell myself, it's not that deep. Even though it might be deep, but like, it's not that deep. Just leave it. And it works. Slowly, like she started coming out of her shell more. But it's that scared me, because I didn't, you know, when you don't do stuff, but when you start realizing, like, oh my days, like
you do have a massive
everything effect. You're doing, they're copying it. Like, even though my brothers didn't use that method, but my sister, because she's female, she's hey,
someone's calling me.
Why is your thing on?
Sound like a man. Oh, it's my mom. My mom's calling. 1 second, guys. Actually, I have a question, right? And I want to know. So I have come up with an acronym. FBD community.
What?
Firstborn daughter community.
Okay.
So I have a question for the FBD community. I want to know if this is something that is like not natural occurrence, but something that happens quite often, or if it's just me and you, because we're in this situation right now.
Well, what situation?
The fact that our siblings have gotten in relationships before we have.
Wait, what? Huh? What sibling? By the way, do you know if siblings are 10? 10 and 5?
Exactly. The 10-year-old has a whole girlfriend.
10?
He's 10 favour and he's got a girlfriend.
How was that possible?
Listen, I'd like to know myself.
Are you serious?
I'm being dead serious. He showed me a text. He was like, oh my god, Jen, look, she said I love you. She legit said I love you. I know.
10 years old?
I know.
I'm so sorry, but what?
Game. He's a handsome little
10 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your question? I want to know where this is going.
No, I want to know if it's as a firstborn daughter that tends to be thinking about our siblings and responsibilities and all of that stuff. Is it a common thing that our younger siblings get in relationships before we do?
Of course.
You think so?
100%.
My God, that's so sad.
But I don't think it's a direct link. I don't think, because some first siblings get into relationships before like the younger siblings. I think sometimes, to an extent, when you're the person that's taking the lead in terms of like lifestyle wise, that you're a bit more skeptical to just get into anything. Like you take your time and you be a bit more careful to take a risk. Whereas the younger ones are just like, I ain't got nothing to lose. Yeah. I know that whatever I do, it would sort of like create the mark on how like it would create a standpoint on what they should do and how they should navigate with relationships. So imagine if I just said, if I started dating only rich people, they would think, you know what, that's the standard. Let's go. So if I haven't created no standard, then you have to make up their own. They have to make up their own standards. So it's like I'm being careful of the standard I want to create because I know they're gonna copy. In that things indirectly, because me and my brother, especially me and brother. Okay, I've got two brothers, Miracle and Gift. So Miracle is the one that's a lot younger. He's 20. He's 20 now. Gift is the one that's just below me. He's 22. Me and Gift have a lot of like discussions about this, and even he's admitted that he indirectly, subconsciously picks up on things that I do. Like in terms of if I was dating a certain type, they would pick that up and they would think this is a standard. But the fact that they don't, I'm not saying it's not, you shouldn't tell your siblings about your relationships, but I feel like being the firstborn, you're just a bit more careful not to make a mistake. I think that's the thing, making a mistake. That we can't afford to just make mistakes. If you're younger, if Ruby makes a mistake, Ruby's the last born, she's the last born. If she made a mistake 10 million times, no one's gonna give a damn.
With Jade, I mean, understandably, Jaden's like 4 years old, but that like, he could, the other day I don't know what he did. I think he threw something. He did something that you would consider naughty for a 4-year-old. I looked at my mom, I was like, are you not going to say anything? She just looked and laughed. I said, your son has just done a naughty act. You need to discipline him, and you just can't stand there and laugh.
It's a completely different standard. God. Like, going back to when I was talking about me and my little sisters, and when we had our little... My parents, it was almost like it was a battle to try and get them involved. Like, I'll be like, this is what's Ruby done. Like, it's Ruby. Yeah. I'm like, what does that mean?
Exactly. But like, if it was me,
she was because obviously there's moments when she was just so cheeky that I could not stand it. I'm like, yo, I don't care if you don't want to speak to me. I want to beat you up. Like, I want to beat you up. But my dad would be like, oh, it's just Ruby, don't worry. It's just the nonchalant, like, it's just so relaxed. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, can you not see the chaos in front of you? Can you not see that she's being a disturbed human being? Yeah. They were like, that's all right, don't worry. And they'll go to Ruby and be like, Ruby, don't do it again. Ruby, they're like, Ruby, don't do it again. Do you know what I mean? Favor has complained, don't do it again. I think, is that it? Is that what? I'm like, I keep saying to my mom, just give me the go ahead so I can do what I want to do. She's like, Favor, just calm down. But I know if that was when I was actually, my parents are actually alright. But my point is, the point is, with how they're just too relaxed. The younger your age gets, the more relaxed they get. Yeah. With me, it's like, I have to be perfect. I have to make sure. I have to go to university. My mom is always like this. She's always like, the same mistake that I did of letting your sister do whatever she wants, I will not do the same with you. And I'm like, your sister?
When she's talking to my brothers.
Oh, so she talks to your brothers about you? Are you serious? No, wait. You need to say that again.
Wait, I'm confused.
I'm confused too. Because you said your mom says the same mistake I made with your... I don't get it.
No, she means in terms of like letting me do what I wanted at uni.
Oh, she would not let them do that?
Yeah.
But she didn't even let you do what you wanted at uni? Indirectly. Your mom was sort of pushing you to do something medical anyway?
Yeah.
So what, huh?
Honestly, like I literally...
So your mom actually thinks that what she's done is she's giving you the free pass to do what you wanted to do at university? She genuinely believes that.
I wanted to do psychology. I did psychology.
I know, but Genevieve, your mom was already pushing you to do something that was related to science anyway. Because I remember when you was telling me you were trying to pick what you wanted. She was like, "Oh, doctor. Oh, nurse.
Yeah."
Like she didn't mention anything else that was outside that field.
Yeah.
There was nothing to do. There was no law.
Because I remember originally I wanted to do drama, theatre.
There was you from beginning. You wanted to do theatre. You wouldn't. Psychology was never in the discussion. You wanted to do drama. You wanted to do acting. So what, psychology came out of nowhere? Are you telling me mom didn't? Hey, oh God, your mom directed you. Your mom made you go there.
Listen, I need to go to therapy.
Oh my days! Oh my God. I actually can't believe you didn't see this.
No, I didn't. I love psychology.
No, the way your love for psychology was not as strong as your love, because you know how I know this, because I know that for me, for facts. I know for me, law, I wanted to do law. Yeah, like it was never a thing of like, oh my gosh, I have to do law.
Yeah,
I only did it because I'm like, if I'm going to go to university, let me do something that actually makes sense, because I'm not going to go to university and study art. Am I crazy?
Is that what you would have done?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do art. You don't need to learn art.
That's true. That's very
if
true.
You can draw, you can draw. Like what are they going to teach me how to draw? Whereas drama and acting, you actually can teach skills. It's not just it's a natural skill to an extent. There's a lot of things that people actually go to school to learn. Like you have to learn certain things, how to act in certain ways, different ways. I would actually understand that. Music, no, I won't get it. Wait, if you can sing, you can sing. Yeah,
it is what it is.
You can brush off your skills and get better, but you can't learn how to sing. If you can't sing, it is what it is.
They'll be teaching about all those the old people with the piano.
But yeah, so your mom definitely 100% like directed you to do that. So her using that as an example of telling your brothers that she's not going to use the same method. What? That's scary. I feel sorry for them.
No, but the thing is, like, this sounds really bad, but like my brothers value my opinion more than my mum's. Like the 10-year-old was like, the reason why I come to you all the time is because like mum doesn't listen, she doesn't make sense, she just like no, he's a chatty one, you know him.
I know who.
So he's very,
every time I'm on the phone to Genevieve, I always hear him like literally, but Genevieve, who you talking to? Genevieve, why you sound like that?
To know everything.
Yeah, I know who it is.
So because of that, I'm now more like, listen, like whatever you want to do, just do it. Like one of the at some point Henok was like, I want to be an archaeologist, you know, people that dig up the earth.
Yeah.
I was just like, do it. If you love dinosaurs, man, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a doctor. I was like, Mom, you can't like, what is that? I was like, no,
especially,
man.
Do you know what makes me even laugh? Especially now that we're in a day and age where there's no limits on if she's worried, because there's two things about African parents, right? There's the element of them wanting the kids to be financially like free and capable.
Yeah.
And there's another element of showing off. If she's really worried about finances, you don't need to go to university for finances.
You really don't.
Like, even my mom started to realize, she's like, you could have just easily gone to go and do what's that thing people do? Instead of going to university, you do something like you work for the company and then you go into, I forgot, apprenticeship. Yeah. You could have easily gone and done that.
Yeah.
But in the society we're in now, there's a lot of ways to make money. It's not
so many ways.
University is not a direct way, and even university is not even working at the moment. Because you go to university, you also have to have an experience in that field. Even if so imagine you've come out of university of 3 years, they expect you to have 2 years experience in the field that you've never been to before, and no one's willing to give you that experience. No one's actually willing to give you that go ahead to actually have the experience. If you're not going to employ me, how am I going to get the experience? So that's one thing. That's one thing, and then but in reality, there's many ways to make money. University is actually, at the moment, it's one of the lowest ways, if we're being honest.
Bro, you end up in more debt than you'll ever be if you didn't go to university.
It's not as straightforward. So studying engineers, a lot of engineers that were working in my same job that I was doing let's not talk about it. It's not about going to university. So
it's really
I feel like it's an element. If it's really about money, I don't believe that. I feel like it's an element of showing off to their friends,
especially with African parents.
My son is a doctor. My daughter is an engineer. What? She
bought me this car.
My son is this. Is that like yo?
He's building me a house back in Congo.
Literally, that's all they're worried about. It's not even about the thing about getting money, because that's not true. It's just not true. If it's about money, YouTubers are making money.
Yeah.
Instagram people are making a lot of money. No, this thing they're posting is this smiling to the camera thing they're just posting.
#ad.
They're making a lot of money per post. Companies are paying them a lot of money just to post that thing. So it's not that.
No,
I think it's genuinely a thing of showing off. So that's another discussion. Yeah, the African parents, that whole go and study doctor, engineering.
But the thing is, it's baffling, because even till today, there are still times she's like, Genevieve, why don't you just go back to university and do that? Like, Mom, I'm sorry, are you going to be the one that's going in those lectures, doing all the placements, doing all this, and then going to...
My mum does that sometimes.
Oh, my God.
One thing I'm lucky is my mum is a bit more understanding, but she has her moments where she's like, are you sure you don't want to go and do law again?
Again?
Are you sure you don't want to go and complete it? Are you sure? I'm like, Mom. She's like, it's true. Because she's a bit more clued on, she understands.
Yeah.
But she has her moments as well. I feel like the African mum nature thing is like, it's almost like she's fighting it.
They've seen signs of auntie.
Like, it's like she's fighting it. Like, no, I wouldn't be African. No, wait.
She needs her independence. Wait, no. I want her to do good.
Yeah, she's like, it's just almost fighting it. But I feel like one thing that you can always do to try and like, no, I wouldn't say shut your parents up, that's a bit rude, but like to try and make them quiet.
Yeah,
is doing what you love and then doing it well, like being successful in exactly what and then going to them like, look, I'm doing it,
I'm here,
and I'm doing it well.
Yeah,
that way they can just leave you alone.
Yeah, I was listening to Who Would Be Talks. Have you heard of it?
No,
it's a podcast. You know Harry Pinero,
and
Henry, I don't know what last name is. So who was it? I think it was J1. He did an interview repping the Congolese people, them.
Okay. All right then.
And he said the exact same thing. Like, it wasn't until, like, he told his dad, I don't know, he was doing some kind of job, but he told his dad, listen, I'm going to do music. They didn't take him seriously. And I think, was it J1 or was it, who else did I listen to the other day? Might have been, it was either him or another rapper. And to the dad, like, having like 10,000 views is like a big deal. And then once the dad saw that there was like 500,000, I was like, wow.
That's a lot of
people.
Whoa.
All these people are watching you.
Whoa.
They're singing your song.
Yeah.
So it's until you're doing exceptionally well, they're really not going to.
So imagine that's there's already a pressure for every African child or Asian. I feel like it's just Asians and Africans have a very strong similarities in how they were brought up. So imagine we already have that pressure in general, just existing as African or Asian kids, and on top of that, we're firstborns. So it's like, we're not just trying to survive as an African person. We're also trying to survive as a firstborn African child. So it's like they've already placed. It's like we are more like the, what would you call it? We're more like the guinea pigs.
Oh my God.
Of how they want. We're more the experimental child. Like, we're gonna try and see. We're gonna try different methods and see what works with this child. Like, we're gonna throw a lot at them.
No. You know what it is? Yeah, they'll be like, with the guinea pigs. You know, they're gonna be very strict on us. They're gonna expect a lot. And then they leave us with all this memories and trauma and, you know, this and that. And they don't apologise.
Oh
my God.
Are we going to talk about that?
They don't apologise.
What is sorry?
Bro.
Is that even English?
I can't remember the last time I maybe heard my mum say sorry was when she was calling work. Sorry, I can't come in.
Is that even?
I've got no one to watch
sorry?
the kids.
Sorry. That doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
I've never heard my mum say sorry. I don't even know if there's a word in sorry in Lingala. I've never heard her say it.
What if it's sorry? Like, I actually want to know what that is.
Where's the dictionary?
We need to know what sorry is. Can we find out what sorry means? Because I have never heard that word before. That sounds very fascinating.
Really?
Sorry?
Let's
Sorry.
So according to Google, it said, when I put in sorry, it says Justin Bieber. It says, okay, we got dictionary.cambridge.org. They say sorry, it's an adjective, feeling sadness, sympathy, or disappointment, especially because something unpleasant has happened or been done. Okay.
Yeah, that still doesn't. I've never heard of that, because our parents, what? Sorry?
Listen to this one as a verb.
Okay. Let's hear this.
It used to say that you wish you had not done what you have done.
Oh.
Especially when you want to be polite to someone you have done something bad to. Okay.
Yeah. That's not. I've never heard that in my family. Apart from, let me tell you how they say sorry. Have you eaten? Have you eaten? Did I tell you I was hungry? Did I even tell you I was flipping?
Did you hear my belly rumbling?
No.
Okay.
Did I tell you I was flipping hungry, mate? I'm not hungry. No, it's the, have you eaten? Or what's the other one? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Why are you sulking? Why are you sad? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you going to stay in your bed all day?
Am I okay? Let me think about that.
Why don't you want to talk to me?
Am I okay?
Let me make a list.
Maybe it's because you just done something to me.
Hey.
Maybe that's why I'm not okay. But
bro,
are we really gonna talk about it, or we're just gonna brush it off?
Listen.
Anyways, sorry is not in a vocab.
No.
I was saying my mom is actually alright. Like, she doesn't mind saying sorry. She's not that bad. My dad, oh my God, what's that? He'll walk around the thing for years. And then he eventually come and be like, have you eaten food? Do you want me to go and get you food? I'm thinking, I love food, yeah, but it's not every day. That's not the only solution. Sometimes just be like, I apologize.
I can't remember the last time I gave my dad a hug.
Damn.
I'm actually being dead serious.
I don't think I'd probably last time when I was probably 2, 3, 4, 5.
Maybe when no, not a memory in mind.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Not a memory.
Yeah, so your family is not affectionate as well.
You know what? It's really weird because I am you know me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
So affectionate, like to the point where I feel like I don't have affection left in me anymore because my I'm sorry, this is so hard for me to talk about. But I live in a family that's like you touch them, they turn into a bat. You just to say, I mean, to be honest, the only person I say I love you to is my mom. But even then, when she says I love you, it's jokingly. It's never like, you know what, Jen? As my daughter, I love you.
I find it weird how you turned out to be really affectionate and you're not from an affectionate family.
I don't understand.
Because and my family's not affectionate at all, and I'm not affectionate.
Sometimes, you know, I think, okay, so backstory. I have 2 fathers, a biological one and a stepfather. Sometimes I think like it must come from my stepfather. I mean, sorry, no, God, no. It must come from my my biological father, because
I think so.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like my mom does not. I think I still do this. I kiss her shoulder. That's the only time I could a quick peck, because that's the only affection I can give her. Like she's not. No affection at all.
Yeah, I'm not affectionate, and my family is not affectionate, so it just makes sense. But Genevieve is so different. Like she's so affectionate, and it doesn't make any sense because she's not. You're not even in that environment for you to be like that. Like I don't actually know where you've learned that behavior. It's not behavior. It is a behavior.
It is. Yeah.
Where you've learned that side of you from, because not how people always say that you're a product of your environment, and you're so far from it. It doesn't make sense to me.
And I might as well be adopted, man.
But you know what it is? I was saying to my friend, I need to be affectionate. Like before I get into serious relationship, or when I'm ready to start a family, I want to be like bring my kids up in an environment where being affectionate is not weird.
Yes.
Like it's just normal. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna fake it, you know. I'm gonna fake it so much because what. Yeah. What I didn't go for anything, but it's just like I know that even though I can't even complain, because I genuinely feel like I've had it easy in terms of how like my family, they're quite relaxed, they're quite chill. They're not the typical African parents, like they're not doing too much. But it would have been a lot. It would have been even more beautiful if they added affection.
A little sprinkle.
That would have made it so beautiful, because that affectionate side just it can make people a bit more relaxed sometimes.
Definitely,
yeah, it would have added a little bit of something, just a little sprinkle. Just a little sprinkle. My mom is affectionate to an extent, but she's weird. We were even talking about this yesterday. My mom likes to touch people. If you touch her, she'll be like, hey, don't touch me.
Yes.
But she would touch your like she would touch your face, squeeze your face.
My mom likes to touch my bum.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I get, you know what? I don't even think I have a big bum.
She does.
But
she does.
My family like to remind me constantly.
Yeah,
even do. Jaden. Even now, he's like, "Oh my God, Jane, your bum is big." What do you know about big bums? You are 4 years old.
That's what I say. I say to my brothers. When she broke up, I'm like, "Brooke, you got a big bum." And he gets so angry. You're like, "You're violating me." I'm like,
no, but to be honest, my brothers do have a bit of a.
It's quite big. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's there. No, my mom, she would literally squeeze my face, rub my head. But as soon as you touch her, she'll be like, "You think, what are you flinching for? Why are you flinching? Like,
I'm not gonna hurt
you. But it's weird, isn't it? But I just know that that would have added a little bit of like a little spice.
Yeah.
But I'm not. It is what it is. It's all right. I'm okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just the one that's always hugging and kissing my brothers.
But she's highly emotional as well.
Anyway,
am I lying?
No.
Do you know what it is? I feel like I'm actually emotional as well, you know. Huh? Let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me explain. So mine is, people might not believe this, but I can feel people's emotions.
So you're an empath?
Yes. More than they actually know. So that, which is why I try to be a bit more careful of what information I receive from people, because to them, they just, yeah, it might not show my face,
Yeah.
but I can, for some reason, I feel like I'm there. I'm in that situation with them. Like, it's actually a question. I'm not be joking. Like, I would be like, because the way my mind works is, it would almost put me in that same scenario, and then I start feeling, thinking, oh my days, whoa. But yeah, I can feel people's emotions. Like, really, I deep to one time I was thinking, oh my days, like, I know I was in an environment where we received the sad news, and people were obviously sad, but I saw how I reacted. Like, I wasn't even, I couldn't just bounce back. I'm thinking, whoa, why am I not able to just, because after everyone was just normal, everyone's talking, and they'll come to talk to me, and I'm thinking, why are you able to talk? Like, why am I not? How come I'm not able to just bounce back the way you just bounce back? Like, but if it's something to do with me, I'll bounce back. I'm like, okay, so I'll move on. But when it's someone else, boy, I'll sit there all day. Oh, yeah, Jenny, I am. Actually, I am.
See, I feel like I used to be like that. It's gonna get a bit dark. When I was depressed.
You was like that when you was depressed?
Yeah, I can't even explain it. Like, I remember there was a person, and we obviously used to talk back at school, and they told me something, they were upset, and immediately I was just like, no, I can feel what you're feeling.
Oh my God, why so dramatic?
But yeah, I feel like I can sympathize with people, but I can somewhat put myself in their shoes, but not to the point of feeling what they're feeling. I can be like, okay, if I was feeling this way, you know, how would I be reacting, thinking, whatever. But yeah, I feel like, especially when I was depressed, like, bro, like, any emotion that someone within a meter of me, I just grab onto it. Maybe it's a depressive thing. Maybe it was because I was just blocking my own.
I feel like it could be.
Maybe
that's true.
I'm not an empath. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think it might actually be because sometimes when you're feeling down and someone tells you their own story, it's almost like
it's a distraction.
From your situation. You're thinking, but that tends to work the opposite for people. It tends to make people feel better. Actually, like, if I'm having a terrible day and someone's coming to me telling me how terrible their day is, you're thinking, you know what, my day's alright.
It's alright, you know.
So
it's not bad.
I feel like you are an empath because you felt it, because you don't have to feel what that person's feeling. But I was gonna say, what if it's because the firstborn, for example, because I feel like I'm not saying I'm used to a lot of bad things happening, but for some reason I feel like I don't have the luxury to just be upset. Like, I'm just like,
absolutely,
I'm just
not.
like, just bounce back because your siblings already have a lot of issues. There's already too much going on. Like, I just feel that forced I feel like it's forced. It's a false sense of responsibility that nobody gave me. That I'm like, yo, I could be having a bad day, but if I see that my brother's having a worse day than me, automatically my day's gone. I'm like, I'm feeling worse. I'm thinking, yo, his day is terrible. Why is his day terrible? Why I don't have the luxury to dwell on my emotions as much. But when I went to university, because I wasn't living with them, I feel like that gave me a lot of time to really, really dwell in my own emotions. Like, everything that happened was because of me. I couldn't just be like, oh, I'm sad because of this. Yeah, it's because of him. It was I'm sad because of me.
Bro, listen, the one reason why I loved university, is because it allowed me to just it wasn't because, oh my God, I mean, there was obviously independence, but it wasn't, oh my God, you know, I can do this and I can hang out with this and I can do this. It was because I had the opportunity to learn more about myself and what I wanted 100%. In life.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that, because also at the same time, especially second year, that's when, like, I really strengthened my relationship with God. And let me tell you, I have never felt such peace in my life.
100.
Like, the way sometimes I shed a tear just thinking about how I would never have that opportunity again.
Like, you would?
At what point?
When you moved out?
And I moved out. Yeah. No, okay, yeah, but it's just different. It's like you're in this. There's no expectation. It's just you, and you're going through these experiences, and it's you figuring it out. And then it's like, okay, I'm like this because of this, and I'm reacting like this. Let me change myself. Da 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 da. And then on top of that, it's like I've got God with me. Nah, listen. If I could go back to uni days, just to have that.
I totally agree, because I feel like as soon as I came back home, automatically I was like, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do?
There was no peace.
Why can't I just come back home and be like, let me just come back home and relax?
Just be like,
I just felt that I needed to do something, because I'm as the first child.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? How do I help? what's there to do for me to help? Like automatically, I went into a mode of working.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do I have to do that? Why can't? Why am I not saying that anymore? Which is a weird thing because nobody tells you have to do this. No one says to you, "Oh, Favor or Genevieve, you have to." It's a thing that just happens because your whole life automatically you've been placed in that position. So it's like some people could be like, oh, but no one's telling you to go and take care of your family or think of. No one's saying it. Some families do. Some families they directly say to the first child, you do this, you have to do. But most times, healthy families don't really say, not health, but most families don't really say, oh, as a first child you have to do this. It's an automatic thing that happens because of the whole life you've been brought up in this way of taking responsibilities. As soon as you come back, it's like, as soon as I came back from uni, I was literally ready to work. Like I was ready to fight. I was like, I'm going to renovate my house. I'm going to do. I was doing too much. Why? Why?
Nobody asked me to.
I don't regret it, but I just know that my reality would be completely different if I was not the first child.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Like, it's not even a thing of like, oh, it is literally that if I was Ruby, do you think I'm going to give a damn about renovating the house? No, sir.
I'll be like, are you guys done? Can I come downstairs now?
Do you know what Ruby's living on cloud 10? Ruby she's floating. My sister, honestly, my sister, she's living life. She's chilling. And I don't blame, because that's literally her position. Sometimes at one point she even had to fight to let us know she's older, because do you know what I mean? Because she's so young, everyone just thinks she's a little baby, but she's not a baby. She's finished secondary school in 3 months.
No, wait, go.
Ruby is going 6th form in September.
Last time I saw Ruby, she was a 5-year-old child.
Ruby's going 6th form.
What?
In September.
My God.
That, because imagine the reality hit me when she was talking about university. She was like, she's saying, I don't know what uni to go to. I said, where? What?
What do you mean uni? You need to pick your secondary school.
It makes me realize, oh my God, she's actually a grown, because I see her as a baby. I keep forgetting that she's old. So she's in her reality is constantly having to fight to prove that she's older.
Yeah.
But my reality is constantly having to fight to make people leave me alone. Like, leave me the hell alone.
Oh, bro. And honestly, I think I always say that most of the problems in my life will be fixed. If not even if I move out, if I leave the country.
A whole country,
Favor.
A
like,
whole country.
If there is somebody out there who can literally pay for my flights,
sugar daddy,
pay for the first 6 months of my rent, I would. That's not in England. I would truly appreciate it.
Yeah, sugar daddy.
Yeah. You know, one time, I was in first year and I was considering it.
Being a sugar babe.
Legit. And I
don't blame you.
And I even asked my roommates the way they judged me. And I was just like, why you guys like, no, but for them I was like, oh my God, Jen, you can't do Jen.
Roll my eyes. I beg, please.
I was like, excuse me.
You know what it is? There's two sides to me, yeah. Which is why I always say, do you know what it is? Being a Christian has really saved me.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you why, because 100%. I know myself. I'm not a person. I don't fear any. I don't care. Like, I'm not. I try not to say it too much, but when people see me, you might think I'm quite timid. I don't actually know what people perceive of me, but I know myself that I'm not fearful of anything. Yeah. So I know that if I didn't have Christ, I would have done the most.
I would have been a hoe on these streets.
Okay, I don't know about being a hoe, because as far as I know, I'm not fearful of anything, but I'm quite prideful. I don't feel like anybody should have access anyways.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But I just know that I would have been out here, like, you know what? True. When you know when you talk about finessing men, hey, I would have been like, honestly, Christianity and Christ.
Tell pictures?
Nah,
I would.
Tell pictures?
Yeah.
I mean, me sending pictures of your feet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. talking about that, I was watching this YouTuber and she was basically saying, she's Christian by the way. Okay. And she was like, she doesn't see anything wrong with sending feet pictures. And I'm like, what do you mean? That doesn't make sense, because, no, listen to this. Of course, the actual act of the feet is innocent.
Of course.
But when you know
what's going to happen,
what the use of that picture is.
But then, out of sight, out of mind.
No.
Okay.
You're sending a picture to the person to get paid. For what?
You know what? Some people just like looking at pictures of feet. Like, they don't really need to do anything.
No, do you, Genevieve?
Yeah, it's true.
It's not, Genevieve, someone's paying you. As in, they're giving you finances for your feet. Are you serious?
Are you serious?
What? Of course they're gonna use it for something else. And I just thought as a Christian you should not be saying stuff like that. I'm sorry, like it sounds innocent, but when you know that, I feel like things change, which is why even when it comes to Christian, and when it comes to Christianity as well, God talks about the heart. It's not about what you're physically wearing.
Yeah,
like you could be flipping
stuff,
butt naked. But if your intention is because I want to have the sun, no, honestly, jokes aside, on the beach here, there's some beaches, and I remember when I went to Spain, people were naked, but nobody was doing, and no one was acting weird, because it's like everyone just thought it's too hot, like literally. And in my head I just thought about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're the ones that sexualize this. Like it's not an actual thing. Of being naked is not an actual problem.
How did Adam and Eve come into this world?
That's not a problem. It's not.
I should have linked it back to the Bible and that, you know.
You're so silly. No, anyway, the issue is not being naked. The issue is what you're thinking about, your intentions of that nakedness. So I'm like, most things, it's not about the act. It's more about the intentions of the heart, which is why God really emphasizes on the heart. So this people talking about, if I wasn't a Christian, what I would have been doing OnlyFans. What's that? Are you serious?
Like I said, I'm a hoe on these streets.
I would have been, but as a Christian,
well, would you actually do OnlyFans if you weren't a Christian?
Nah, do you know what I would do? I'll probably send pictures of my feet. I have nice feet in it. No, I actually genuinely have nice feet, but I would probably do that. But as a Christian, I would never do that.
Never.
It doesn't make sense.
Never.
But I feel like Christ really saved me,
bro.
Honestly,
yes.
The version people are seeing is not the version that I would have been.
The thing is, though, no, it's true. No, it's true. Yeah.
Literally, there's not, because I know that even when I went to uni, the temptations was real. What? It was a lot. I was talking about how, like, obviously when you go to uni, because my parents didn't really restrict me as the first child. I wasn't restricted in comparison to my brothers. My brothers are very restricted. Sorry, let me go back. Talking about being restricted, which is the reason why I genuinely believe that restriction thing doesn't work. When I see how my brothers turned out, they're not terrible, but they had their journey. Like, to get to where they are now is God. It's as simple as that. It's God, and obviously me nagging them.
Obviously you
and my parents
doing your job as the FBD.
Yeah, and my parents obviously being there, but it's really God, because my parents were a lot stricter on my brothers than me, and they did more. Do you get what I mean? Like, they did way more. And with Ruby, they're not really strict on Ruby at all. So it's literally a pattern. It's a very clear pattern. The stricter you are with your kids, the worse that they turn out.
100%.
Like, it doesn't work. Being strict on your kids does not work. It literally is opposite. But what was I talking about? Oh, when I'm going to uni, and having that freedom, even though as much as I already had that freedom at home and I wasn't restricted, the temptations were a bit more stronger.
Oh.
When I mean stronger, it's just in your face a bit more.
What? Boobs?
Not boobs.
Penis.
Like, oh my God. You're so dirty. No. I mean, like, because of course I could go to parties, but I would be mindful, because I'm trying to respect my parents. I'll be mindful, like, okay, let me not try and stay out too long. Let me come back at like 11, 12.
Yeah.
Uni, whatever time my home sees me. Is when
if
my
it does not see me for that night, mind its own business.
This day I was questioning myself, thinking, is this really life? What am I doing out at 4 a.m?
The thing is, there's a part of me that sometimes wishes that I sort of had that unique experience, because, like, I mean, you know what, Cumbria was great. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway,
it wasn't.
I had a great time in Cumbria. No, but like, there wasn't anything to do.
Yeah, of course.
I think the only excitement that I didn't even fully experience it was in the student village. There was one time where there was just it was literally a drug party. People were sniffing cocaine here, doing so and so, and I was just like,
yeah.
If I was a different person, God knows.
Yeah, I feel like that, me experiencing it, it didn't even last very long, by the way, because I couldn't stand it. I said, boy, this life ain't for me. Ain't for me. But I knew I felt that way because I was a Christian. Because of course I like dancing. I like music. I like to have fun, in quote.
Yeah.
But when I was out there and just realizing how loosely people were moving, like, it went really left for me quickly. From when people were already touching you for no reason. I think I was ranting to this. I always rant about this. Like, this is why you never catch me in the club, by the way. Well, clubs that are just a bit too packed, you just wouldn't see me there.
Yeah.
People just genuinely, literally, I'm there. Someone touching you, look, you're thinking, who? And it's not like they're not touching your arm. They're obviously touching you in an inappropriate place. So you're thinking, who is this person? You look, and everyone's acting normal.
Yeah.
When I eventually found out who it was, I went crazy, and I'm thinking, this is not the place for me. I shouldn't be here, because you clearly see the person's face. They're looking at you like, why are you acting like this? Like, what like it's almost like, what are you here for? Are you not? Do you want to dance? No, sir.
No, not with you touching me like that.
No, sir.
No.
Or the ones where they follow you. I don't know if the experiences. That, why are you following? I said no to you. Why are you following me around? It put me off. I'm like, you know what? This life ain't for me. But I knew if I was not Christian, I would have been like, oh, it's attention. I don't have to explain. It's weird.
No,
it would have been like, someone's asking you to dance. You're thinking, oh, that's nice.
Oh, okay.
I thought,
oh my God, he touched.
he's just following me. Like, obviously, like I must look amazing.
Oh, by the way, we're not judging girls that are like that.
No. I'm saying for myself. Like, what if I wasn't? I would have probably enjoyed it. Because I know when I was with certain people that genuinely they liked getting male attention. Like, it was they enjoyed it. I hated it. I'm thinking, why you look at me?
I still do that to this day. Sometimes I feel bad for these men, because the way I will cut my eye at you,
these men, you know. Genevieve gets a man in the street.
I don't.
She gets
I don't ever leave my house. I don't leave my
she
house
gets
to be
man.
getting it.
No, but the difference is, like you just say, you don't leave your house. But when you leave your house, don't you get?
The thing is, I don't pay attention to it.
Oh.
Like, I remember one time, me and my mum were walking. She was like, Jen, that guy. I was like,
I pay attention. I know. I tell people this all the time. I know who likes me before they even say. I just know.
See, this is where me and Favour are different, because I live, like Favour said, I live in my own little fantasy world. So
a little bubble,
yeah. I don't know if it's from the years of reading fan fiction. I don't know if it's my mom just shielding me from the opposite sex. But sometimes it's like, you give me attention for 10 minutes and you make me laugh.
Yeah, she's already planning the wedding and everything.
Exactly, bro.
Like, oh, our kids are gonna look. Oh, what do you want to live in Spain or live in France? I'm thinking he's not even replied.
I'm so sad.
Let's establish the start of the.
Before, have they even acknowledged you?
Yeah.
Do they even know who you are?
To be fair, I used to remember in school when I used to have different.
Oh my, this girl. So imagine, Favour. Oh my God! Every single Monday, she had a story to tell. There was this guy with the dreadlocks. There was this guy that was this. There was, and then this thing, and then we looked. Did anything even happen? Or were you just? There we go.
What was happening was I was basically. What the example Genevieve gave, anyone that looked remotely gave me any form of attention,
they were probably looking in my direction.
I would already plan the wedding, because why are we not getting married?
But then again, is it because we're an FBD?
I don't understand. How's that linked?
I don't know. Maybe it's me, just because I've been very restricted from having a love life. So I genuinely believe being a first child has a link to relationships, because I feel like as a first child is I wouldn't say it's rare, but it's kind of rare to find a firstborn child, female, that's out there just dating anybody and everybody. Yeah,
and it's like, because a lot of people that I'm friends with that are firstborns, they're not very like, they are free in terms of open-minded, but they're not very like what's the word? They can't just take risks just like that, because they feel because at the back of their mind they know, as a first child, I'm meant to follow the right path in terms of being potentially getting married. I don't like, literally. But then again, this could be my experience based on who I'm around. Yeah. But people that I'm around, they've dated people, yes, but they're not very like, oh, I'm just gonna just have a fling and that's it. Like a lot of people that I'm surrounded with that are firstborns are quite intentional. Yeah. They are quite intentional with what they're doing with anybody, even friends. Because I genuinely believe that people don't know. Well, I discovered this, but I feel like everyone gets a chance to discover when they start realizing how much their siblings are following them. Yeah, I discovered mine a few years ago, and I was like, it scared me a little bit, because I'm thinking, because when you're just doing things, you're not watching to see who's watching you. But when you start noticing, you're thinking little things that here, it's adding up. You're thinking, whoa, it's because I did that. Yeah, there's no other explanation. Like, this is literally because I did it. That's why she or he has this interest in that particular thing or whatever it is. So I'm like, my dating life, I can't just be dating everybody. Yeah, it's true. Impossible. And I find that weird. Talking about dating, actually. So, is this person talking about dating, and he was basically saying to me, I don't give off firstborn energy. And I was in my head, I was thinking, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Are you a slut?
And you know what's mad? I've heard this comment a lot
From females or males or both?
Both.
Okay.
Like people I meet, first it's either that they don't think I have siblings, or they believe I'm probably the second born or the middle child. And I'm always like, are you guys crazy? I'm literally the leader. Do you want me to scream?
Do you not see the leader on my head, on my forehead?
And I'm thinking, is it because I'm not walking? Do you know what it is? I always say this to people, I'm silently very confident, and people don't.
So we ended up staying a little bit longer than our booked time, and so in the middle of Favour talking about whatever she was talking about, all the devices shut down. So here I am closing the episode, because Favour's too lazy to do it with me. But we hope that you guys enjoyed the first episode of the First Girl podcast. We definitely had a lot of fun recording it. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify so you guys are notified whenever we upload weekly episodes, and also follow us on Instagram at First Girl Podcast for more content, and we'll see you next week. Bye.